Realme is putting out the big guns with the Realme 12 Pro Plus 5G, and this could be the big changer for this brand. Naiinis na si Realme sa mga ibang brands na puro specs na lang, pero pangit naman yung camera nila. The joke lang. Pero guys, pag nakita niyo yung camera nito, yung mga pictures niya, mga videos, you're gonna be blown away. This is the real deal. I mean, yung itsura pa rin sa likod. Look at that. Ang buong pagkatao niya ay camera na. Actually, I went to their website and before you get to the specs part, pagdadaanan mo muna yung mga 20 pages about the camera, which is crazy. Ayan o, camera here, camera there, Sony IMX890. It's got this camera ring at the back, mukha po siyang Rolex. And it looks like it has 4 cameras at the back at meron pa siyang 120 times zoom dito sa gitna. Wow. It's got a periscope zoom at this price, which is usually sa mga flagship phones lang po yan. This phone is very serious about its camera, so it better be good. Tinatin ko okay siya. But sabihin sa inyo watching Unbox Diaries, woohoo! So yes, the Realme 12 Pro Plus 5G, napakahabang pangalan niya, and this is the look of the phone. It's very similar to its predecessor, the Realme 11 Pro Plus 5G, borrowing the same design language. It retains that luxurious look, pang-European daw yung design. It's a combination of leather, glass, and mga diamond design dito sa gitna. They don't want to call it the zipper design. Pero mukha pa siyang zipper, guys, yan. And it's got this Rolex ring, which is my favorite part of the design. Sobrang sosyalin niya tingnan. They even got the one and only Olivier Saville. Sana tama yung pagkasabi ko doon. But he's the one and only father lang. So, hindi siya yung father of Rolex. But he's part of the design ng mga Rolex, Piaget, Breitling na luxury watches. Realme is calling it the golden fluted bezel. Tapos yung ring sa likod is called the polished sunburst dial. Ito naman zipper sa likod is the 3D Jubilee bracelet. Ang sabi ni Realme, it's made out of 300 precision crafted triangular grooves, which creates a mesmerizing effect that creates a luxurious finish visible from any angle. Wow. Now for me, nagaganda na ako sa design niya. Well, design is very subjective for most people. It's either you love it or you hate it, but for me, it does look very luxurious. Oh, by the way, this is the submarine blue. If you want the other color, the navigator beige, ito po yung itsura niya. We also got one on our studio sa Philippines. By the way, baka nagtataka kayo kung nasan ako ngayon. I'm in Italy, Brescia, Italy. Ito yung post-MWC trip namin kasi nga we wanted to take a vacation. Dito pa nakatira yung tita ko. It is 2 degrees right now outside and tinatin ko mag-overheat to sa 2 degrees. Di joke lang. But yes, they actually changed the design a little bit sa likod. Kung before, mukha po siyang crosshair, now it's a 4-camera setup at the back, which is equally spaced dito sa gitna ng bilog. Tapos meron mga strips dito na mga line dito sa bilog niya, creating that impression of being a watch. And when you're holding it like this, nakakasosyal talaga. Pang-Europe talaga yung dating.
Hindi, wow.
Nakakasosyal din siya kapag tumatawag ka. Kapag nasa social ka na party with the people with iPhones and Samsungs, this really stands out. Oh, ano phone yan? Ah, this is my Rolex phone. What's yours? Ew, Apple? Mansanas? Mas nagiging mayabang ka na. Huh? But it will not change you as a person. It will just reveal you for what you really are. Kung mabait ka talaga, mas mabait ka.
Sure ka ba dyan?
Kasi nakakabait yung kanyang presyo. I'm humbled. Yes, baliw ako na reviewer. But going back sa review, kanyang likod pala ay curved back. Very symmetrical sa kanyang display. 3D curved AMOLED display po siya na may 120Hz refresh rate. It's got a pretty okay punch hole right here. Pero yung bezels, grabe, sobrang sagad. Halos bezel-less na po siya. The phone is also very thin and sexy and very light. And the sides just complements the whole body. It's also color gold. Pero plastic lang to. They wanted to go for plastic kasi nga mas magaan po siya at mas shiny tingnan. We've got here the power button, volume rocker sa right side. Sa taas naman niya is meron siyang microphone, a speaker. Uy, dual speakers pala to. Yung isa ay nasa ilalim. Meron siyang USB Type-C port, another microphone, and the SIM tray, which is only a dual nano SIM card slot. Pero guys, if you're gonna buy this, meron ka agad na 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of internal storage. Wow! Ngayon tanong, okay ba yung kanyang camera? Ito na po, start tayo agad sa kanyang camera. The camera on this thing is a 50 megapixel Sony IMX890 OIS-enabled sensor. Now, not all Sony IMX890 sensors are good. May na-review ako recently na pangit yung camera with this kind of sensor. But, after taking pictures and videos on this thing, it just blew me away. Nga pala meron siyang 13 megapixel ultra-wide angle lens at meron pa siyang 64MP, 120 times periscope zoom. Now, ang focus talaga ni Realme dito is yung kanyang ability to take portrait shots at a professional level. Now, dahil meron siyang dedicated telephoto lens, this will enable you to take shots like these. To be able to get these kind of shots, yung mga close-up shots na ganito, kailangan mo talaga ng isang telephoto lens. Pag wala, pangit po yung mga ganitong klaseng shots. And these kind of shots are very exclusive lamang sa mga high-end phones katulad ni Realme 12 Pro Plus 5G. And it's something really important sa mga photographers. Like 50mm, 77mm, all the way to mga 100-200mm. Kasi guys, yung 1x zoom ay masyadong wide. And usually, hindi ganun kaganda yung composition for portrait shots. But with this, you're gonna be able to do much more professional looking photos, parang kuha na sa isang studio. Now, in comparison to other phones at this price range, good news. This is actually the best camera for the price. It actually even beats the Oppo Reno 11, even the 11 Pro. This is price to camera performance ratio. I just feel that the algorithms for the post-processing is just so good. Even compared sa mga Realme GT series nila, the camera on the Realme series is just outstanding in every level. Wala masabi, grabe yung dynamic range. The ability to expose your subject very well on this camera is just blowing me away. Especially sa outdoor kapag sobrang lakas ng sikat ng araw. Galing niya. Grabe yung exposure. Not only that, the color is just so pro. Sobrang pro niya. Although not the most accurate color I've seen, but it's almost there. What you're seeing right now is mga photos na kuha naman sa Europe. O diba, ang ganda ng mga filters talaga. Nakakadagdag sa mood, sa meaning, sa dating ng pictures. Now, in terms of zooming, kaya mo ito mag-zoom ng up to 3 times optical zoom. Yung 6x naman dito is parang integrated zoom daw. Not sure what that is. But it looks like yung 3x yung pang-portrait shot yung talaga na pinaka-sharp. Now, the thing that really blows me away about this phone is not yung kanyang mga lens, yung sensor, or yung kanyang design. No, it's actually the post-processing that's being done after you take the photo. Meron siyang gagawin na parang upscaling. Ito, pak, it will brighten up, sharpen up, give you more details, and much better exposure. So meaning, no matter what the sensor, it's always gonna look very good. Kapag madilim yung initial picture, mas magbabright pa siya. Kapag medyo malabo, mas mag-sharp pa siya. I'm not sure what algorithm they placed here, but it's really impressive. 1x is okay, pero kung ako sa'yo, kung bibili mo to, magti 3x ka lagi or 6x. By the way, yung kanyang digital zoom is up to 120x. Ito pa yung itsura nun. Now, since magaling yung kanyang algorithm, after you take this photo dito sa kanyang preview sa display, it's gonna get better. Just okay. Not super usable, pero meron na siyang Moon Mode 2.0. Yan. Kung mahilig kayo mag-moon shots, meron siyang ganung option. Kung masyado kayo namamahalan sa Samsung S24 Ultra or 23, this is your next best choice. And yes, a low light monster din po siya, no? Meron siyang night mode. This is the difference between night mode and no night mode. Pero kahit walang night mode, guys, grabe. Matindi yung exposure niya and details sa low light. Sa video naman, up to 4K 30 frames per second. Pero guys, yung kanyang ultra steady mode ay hanggang 1080p 60 frames per second lang. Which is okay na for cinematic videos. Pero yun lang kaya ng processor, guys, na Snapdragon 7S Gen 2, 4K 30 frames per second. Pero yung video, guys, is okay na okay din. Seriously, yung camera quality talaga ni Realme this time around, this year, is just a huge leap. Talagang dare to leap talaga yung ginawa niya. This is actually a major jump from its predecessor, the Realme 11 series. And wait, nakalimutan ko yung kanyang selfie camera. 32 megapixels pala niya selfie camera. That punch hole right there produces unbelievably good selfie photos. And look at this, kapag ka-group photo kayo, kapag meron ka pa isang kasamang tao, mag-auto-adjust siya sa 0.8x. That's a nice feature. Pero yun, I've always loved the selfie photos from Realme phones. Very similar kay Oppo, kay Vivo. Matindi yung beautification. Ayun. Meron siya pang papayat, pang pakinis, pang paputi. Available lahat yan dito sa pinakabagong Realme 12 Pro Plus 5G. Now, syempre, important din yung kanyang processor. Baka hindi lang yung camera yung reason kung bakit mo siya bibilin. You might actually want to game on this thing. Ito na po. So, this phone has a Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 processor. The Antutu benchmark is almost 600,000 points Antutu benchmark. Now, in terms of gaming, the experience is pretty decent. It's not gonna blow you away. Like other phones that I know that are very good at this price. Isa pa, isa kanyang camera module ay in the way of your hand when you're playing a game. Medyo sanayan na lang, siguro. Pero yun, laging tatamaan yung camera module. Very prone to smudges. And even scratches. Ang solusyon, huwag ka lang maglaro ng ML or Call of Duty. Candy Crush ka na lang. Or Subway Surfer para ganyan ka maglaro. Ikaw pa yung nag-adjust. Now, the performance on this phone is pretty decent. Ultra graphics, Mobile Legends. And as of now, ito pala yung settings ko dito. Siguro dahil sa Europe ako. Pero pretty sure kaya naman yan ng up to ultra refresh rate. Kaya naman yan. Kayang-kaya yan. Promise. Na base sa settings niya dito, ultra graphics, high refresh rate, very smooth naman siya. Kayang-kaya naman yan, walang problema. Gameplay is just very very good on this phone for Mobile Legends. Although syempre naka 3D curved display siya, so yeah, you're gonna have those missed touches dun sa kanyang sides when you're pressing the shop ng mabilis. Pero ang ganda ng graphics ha. Dahil 3D curved display siya, napaka sagad niya tingnan yung kanyang gameplay. Also very bright yung display. Very good colors, but just not the best in the business. Kumbaga, sakto lang. By the way, the display is a 6.7-inch, Full HD+, 120Hz refresh rate, 240Hz touch sampling rate, 3D curved AMOLED display, na up to 950 nits of peak brightness. And it didn't say kung meron siyang HDR 10, 10+, Dolby Vision, pero meron na siyang Dolby Atmos. Oh my God, dumalamig na sobra. Oh my God, hindi ko na kaya. Okay. Nasa Call of Duty naman ito yung tsura niya. These are the settings, pretty okay. I'm pretty sure mag-enjoy ka dito sa Call of Duty. As long as hindi naman purely gaming yung harap mo dito talaga sa phone na to. Na speaking of gaming, meron siyang hyper boost technology dito kapag ka nag-swipe ka dito sa side. May lalabas na panel dito, which will boost the game, overclock the CPU and the GPU, at meron ka pang mga ibang information dito like yung FPS, may mga pang block ng call, notification. It is a very mature game turbo or game mode that will help you win more games. And overall sa Call of Duty, well, very impressive din yung kanyang... Now, the speakers on this thing is pretty good. Very decent naman. Stereo speakers. Gives you a certain level of immersion when you're playing games and movies. And sa Call of Duty talaga nakakatulong siya. Kasi nga it adds to the whole experience. Now, sa Genshin Impact naman, ayun. Best talaga dito is medium graphics for this kind of processor. The Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 is pretty okay. Siguro nasa 40 frames per second siya sa medium graphics, sometimes 30 frames per second depending po sa kalaban. Pag mga boss fights, marami siya ng animation, sheesh, sobrang lamig na dito. Nag-ice na po lahat. Nanginginig na po yung boses ko. Coco, ice na po. Pero yun, tinest ko naman dito sa Genshin Impact, hindi naman po siya uminit. Paano siyang iinit dito? Eh, ang lamig-lamig. Guys, ayaw pong uminit ng processor dito sa Europe, sa Italy. Oh! So, depende pa rin siguro kung nasaan ka. Kung nasa Pilipinas ka, baka iba yung may experience mo. Now, the price on this thing is only 25,999 pesos. Tapos na natin to. 12,512 na po yan. Pero baka sa live ko, 21,999 na lang po yan. Baka mas mura pa nga eh. Depende po kung kailan. But definitely, ito yung pinakasulit na camera phone na pwede mong bilhin ngayon at this price. It is almost 90% of the image quality of an iPhone and a Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and that is saying a lot. If you're a photographer, kung isang tao na may mag-picture at kung naghanap ka ng the best camera for the price, this is it. But for gaming, baka elsewhere. Pero kung gusto mo ng social-looking phone, amazing camera, decent performance, this is the phone to get. And I need to get a heater na po and a pair of gloves. Speaking of get, if you wanna get this for a much lower price, punta ka lang sa aking ETO or mag-subscribe ka sa aking YouTube channel. Hit that bell icon and I'll see you on the next video. It's Vince and you're watching Unbox Diaries.